In this lecture, let's talk about building unique objects from these constructors. Let's dive right into it, and I'm going to use my PHP tags, of course, and like always, open up some space. I'll define our object attributes. So I'll just say object attributes. Okay, so let's start declaring some object attributes. So again, I'm going to use first name, last name, and age. Okay, so what we're going to do, each new object that we create, we're going to have different people. So each object is going to represent a different person. Let's declare our class constructor. So we start with the keyword function, because again, it is a function or method of the class. Underscore, underscore, that's 2 underscores, followed by the word construct, parentheses, and our curly braces. Now within our constructor parentheses, we want to use our own values when we declare and create these objects. So again, let's use the first piece of information. We'll call it first name. And with these pieces of information, they're just variables. It's just a piece of information temporarily stored in your computer memory so we can use throughout the program. And once the program closes, these values are erased like nothing ever happened. So I'll use last name, and we'll use age. So let's just say user age for this one. And I know you guys probably hate me for using such large text in the font size, but my eyes are very old and I love big text. It's more readable to me. In our implementation or our block of curly braces, let's go ahead and use our this keyword to reference or connect an attribute to a value. So we'll want to use our first name attribute. So we're accessing our first name attribute, and we want to assign our first piece of information to our first name attribute. So we'll do that. And what I'll do next is I'll do that again. So I'll use our this keyword to access our last name attribute. And I will assign it our last name piece of information, which is inside of our constructor. And lastly, let me just organize this a little bit for reader usability. I'll do that. Now I'll do it again. This time we want to use our age. So we'll set our age to our last piece of information. So now we have that set up. So these are being referenced with our attributes and assign the values from our constructor when we create our new object. That part is done. Okay. So let's see what we have here. So I forgot. I am so sorry, guys. Let's use that class keyword, because without that, PHP doesn't know what we're doing. Let me go ahead and just tab this over. We're all set now for that part. So let's create some objects now, some new objects. I'll call this person 1. Use our new keyword to create a new object. So our first piece of information is our first name. So I'll just put Victor. Second piece of information is our last name, Davis, and our age. I'll put 29. So I'll copy this and paste it twice. 1, 2. So we have person 1, 2, and 3. and we'll just change our constructor values. So I'll say Bobby Harris, and I'll put age 23, and I'll put Johnson Smith, and I'll put him as, let's say, 31. Okay, so what I'll do to display this information, again, what we can do is, once we do that, I'll go down here within our constructor and just, let's say, display. So I'll use our echo keyword, and I'll do our this keyword to access our attributes. So first name, and remember, we want to access our attributes. So first name, echo, a space, and then I'll do our last name. I'll do that, and then let's make a break, or let's add, a break. Well, let's just do our, let's say, age. I'll do that again, and then I'll just use age. Okay, I'll just let this be for right now, and I'll show you guys that it actually works in our server, or on my PHP server.